So welcome, lovelies. Just relaxing on your mat, lying down, seated. Just make sure you're lovely and cozy and warm. And we can start to relax. So however your morning has been, whatever little challenges we've had, we can come into this space. Have a few moments just to connect with your breath. This is always a wonderful way to just sort of come into the moment, anchor yourself into now. And notice how you're feeling. Root down. Just scan through your chakras, head to toe, or from root up to crown, whichever way you prefer. Just have that glance at every area of the body where the chakras relate. And just notice if you're feeling balanced there, or whether there are signs of imbalance. So I'm going to join you lying down. And we'll start with our stretches. So when you're ready, on your next inhale, taking that right arm up and over, let the hand fall to the floor and just enjoying this lovely stretch. Let's lift the toes of the right foot, come into a flexed position, and then just explore, lowering the leg and raising up into the arm and just stretching into the side of our waist. Lovely Pingala, masculine side, this side. And then pointing toes. And then when you're ready, exhale. Just bring the arm down nice and slowly. Palms up again, Shavasana. And then left side, inhale. Noticing even the movement as the arm goes over in the shoulder joint. And then again, this flex into the foot. A lovely stretch here. Pointing toes. Feminine side, Ida. And then exhale, relax, arm down. And then when you're ready, both arms over. Let the chin tuck in ever so gently, stretch through the neck, and then just enjoy flexing and then pointing toes, flexing feet. How does it feel in this stretch? Are you enjoying it, or are you a little bit passive in the stretch today? Sometimes it feels better to just be softer. And then exhale, arms down. Just palms up for a moment, Shavasana, just to tune back into how the spine feels. And then we can bring right knee into chest. Hands around the shin, deep breath. Exhaling up. And really enjoying this lovely little squeeze as we empty out all the breath. Inhale, come down. Left side now, deep breath in. Belly up to chest, exhale, coming up. And that slow release of the breath. Inhale down, and then both legs in. Same again, deep breath. And exhale up. Squeezing out all the stagnant air. Lovely full breath out. And then inhale, coming down, gently rocking on the knees, on the back, sorry. Just hold on to the knees, little rock around in some circles. And then we'll take hands and feet up into the air, stretching fingers, stretching toes, and then thumbs in, thumbs out, and just wiggling the extremities, warming them up. And just feeling what you feel. Do the fingers feel easy to move today? And then we'll flex and come backwards and forwards at hands and wrists. And then rotating. Noticing if you're hearing any clicks, whether it's worse in the wrists or the ankles. It's just the air releasing in the joints as I'm hold. And then just lower the arms down, keep the legs raised, and we'll cycle to warm up our knees. Gentle engagement in the core when you do this, you'll feel that anyway. And then reversing the cycle. And then placing the left foot down, keep the right leg raised, and we'll come into some big hip circles. Noticing how it feels through the buttock, the hamstring as you stretch. Stretch here just a few times each way. And how does your hip feel today? Swapping sides, left leg. Having a few moments to notice if there is balance in the body or whether you notice differences left and right. Keeping all these joints nice and healthy. And then just bring the knees in. Have another little rock if that feels good. Coming up to seated. We'll just do upper body. So, coming into Chin Mudra. Notice if your spine sort of slumps or whether you can lift and be comfortable here. And then we'll take chin down to chest. Just pausing here for a moment. We'll just do this once each way. And then taking the chin up to the ceiling. Just pausing again, noticing any sensation that radiates. Coming back to center. We'll tilt the head to the right. And again, just pause. And left. Feeling that lovely stretch. Coming back to center. And then twisting to look over the right shoulder. And sweeping over to the left. And coming back to center. And then taking the chin down and a full rotation in each direction of the head all the way around. Nice and slowly. This is where you perhaps sort of find or learn that you have a little twinge or a sensation that you've not noticed before. We get to ignore a lot of what we feel day to day because there's so much going on outside of ourselves. And then coming back to centre. And then just bring your hands onto the shoulder and we'll just loosen up here. And a few times in the other direction. Lovely. Okay. Just join me in butterfly for a moment. Just this last little stretch, just to feel lovely stretch in the inner thighs, around the hips. Nice deep breath. Okay, lovely. Onto hands and knees, just warm up the spine. Cat-cow. And then if you want to move into wild cat-cow, then you can do as well. So exhaling, we arch up. Inhaling, belly drops, lifting tailbone and head. And just pause in each position if that feels good and just get used to how it feels, certainly maybe in the lumbar spine where we sometimes have issues here. Just getting used to the muscles moving. And then rotating the belly and the sides of the waist in wild cat-cow if that feels good. And a few times in the other direction. Just gives us the opportunity to really feel into our body and notice where we need to be careful today, if at all. And then coming back to stillness. Okay, turn the toes under. We can just lean back and have a stretch into the soles of the feet. Lovely. And then we'll come up to standing. Sun salutation and moon salutation, especially as we had a full moon last night, supermoon. So joining me at the top of your mat. We'll do these together. and the same style as well. So drawing hands to heart center, taking a lovely deep breath in, and then exhale, arms down. Inhale, float the arms up. This first side will just come through this nice and slowly, first movement of the day. So forward fold. Have a moment perhaps in ragdoll just to relax the arms, let them dangle down. Feel that lovely stretch into the back. Bend the knees. You can alternate bending the knees a little if you want to, just to come into the body here. And then we'll bring the hands to the shins, flatten the back, look ahead. Coming back down, right leg comes back, equestrian. Pausing, let's enjoy this stretch through the legs. And then down dog. Grounding hands, finger bases, deep breath in. And knees come down, flowing back. And then inhale into come into Sphinx. And just check out how it feels in the lower spine before we come into any other back bends. Just soften into the buttocks. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Couple of breaths. And then hands under the shoulders. Let's push back up into down dog. Left foot forwards. Gazing up. And then feet together. Sweeping up. Okay. Let's come into the other side. Just flowing a little bit more quickly. So deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, salute the sun. Folding forwards. Lifting the back, looking ahead. Left leg back. And just to pause here, it's really lovely to enjoy this stretch. And coming into down dog. Deep breath in. Down and back. Inhale to cobra. Pushing up into down dog. Right, right foot forward, sorry. Feet together. And sweeping up. Lovely. Lovely sun salutation. So we'll do the moon salutation straight away. The same style. This time we go back with the left foot first because that resonates more with our feminine side. So deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And folding forwards. Lifting, looking ahead. Left leg back. Coming up into crescent. Just take a moment here to find your balance. Sink into the hips. And then arms down. Inhale. And then exhale all the way back and down. Flow through into cobra as you inhale. Exhale up. Down dog. Right foot forwards. Coming up into the crescent. Feet together and up. Okay, other side. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Folding forward as we exhale. Lifting up. Right leg back. Into crescent. Down dog. Coming down and back. Flow into cobra. And down dog. Left foot forwards. Crescent with the arms. And then feet together. Lovely, feeling good. Have a moment back on your mat. really lovely to do the sun and the moon together, especially the same styles at times. Very balancing for our masculine and feminine energies. Take a long sigh. And just have a moment to tune in. How do you feel through your back and spine? Does it feel a little bit more energized? Deep breaths. Softening through buttocks and lower back if you can feel sort of residual feelings there. And we'll draw knees into chest. Nice gentle rock. So we'll come up to standing again for some Trikonasana warrior postures. Lovely for root chakra and solar plexus. When we come into side bends, anything linked with stretching into the side of the body is our gallbladder meridian as well. So beginning with our feet about leg length apart, we'll come into our little sequence of these movements. So lifting the arms, just raise the energy through the soles of your feet and upwards. Tailbone tucked under, sternum lifted. Activate your biceps by turning the whole arm over and just the wrists back round. And then hands to hips, this lovely starting position. Turning in the toes of your left foot, opening out the toes of your right foot, and just noticing where your elbows point and just swing them back into alignment with your body. Lifting that right arm. And then when you're ready, just lowering down into Trikonasana. Triangle pose, nice and slowly. Notice if you start to, the chest comes forward and the shoulder comes forward. Really try and keep it open. And then raising the left arm, if that's comfortable. It's better not to be low and collapsed, but to be higher up your leg and a lot more open. This is where you feel this stretch here, otherwise we lose that sensation. So lovely pose here. Okay, just gently coming up, we're just going to come into warrior two. So a little bit of separation between the feet, bending into your right knee. A lovely strong warrior pose. Notice if your body feels upright. Sometimes I see people lean into this posture. It's more about being upright so that there's no pressure on your front knee. And how do you feel? Strong in the arms, strong in the shoulders. Lovely warrior feeling. Coming into Pasvakonasana, the lovely side lunge. Elbow to knee, stretching the left arm alongside the ear. Look up to the ceiling. And again, really enhancing that stretch in the side of our body. Coming up, take your back hand to the back thigh and then raising the right palm to face you in sun warrior or reverse warrior. And then we'll come back to warrior two. Just forward facing feet now, just clasp the elbows. We'll take a moment to relax here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, just folding forwards, holding onto the elbows and just dangle here for a moment and really enjoying that stretch from the tailbone all along the back. And then we'll release the hands. Let's walk the hands forward while we're here. So it's almost like a wide-legged down dog, only come as far as the heels want to start lifting away from the mat. Notice how whether you're holding tension in the shoulders, around the neck. Nice deep breaths. And then we'll walk the hands back. Feeling that nice lovely stretch into the backs of the legs. So just heel toe the feet in. And we're going to come up into chair. I'll turn sideways for this, just for this pose. With chair, we have a lovely flat back. We don't curl into the spine. So bring the arms out parallel. Engage into your core. And as if you're sitting back into a chair with a lovely straight back, we'll pause here for a moment. And breathe in, just straighten through the legs and come up. I won't hold you too long in that posture. Okay, so returning to that original starting position, legs about a leg length apart. And we'll come into Trikonasana Warriors on the left side now. Again, lift through, always come into this lovely starting posture. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out. And as you do this, just make sure you have that sort of separation between the heels so you feel balanced when you come into your side pose. Extending your left arm, coming down into Trikonasana when you're ready. Notice again as you come down whether that shoulder just wants to roll forward. Try and keep it open. Notice if you're tense in your knees. Deep breaths. Lifting up into warrior, warrior two. So just perhaps a little bit of space between the feet. Bending into your front knee. Your knee should be over the ankle. When you look down, you should be able to see your big toe and not your little toes or the other toes. And then you know that your knee is in alignment. Okay, side lunge, past Svakonasana. And just enjoy this stretch here. Do you feel steady? Do you feel wobbly? Gazing up under the arm to the ceiling. Lifting up. Warrior two. Sun warrior. And coming back to warrior two. Forward facing feet. Clasp your elbows. We're going to come down into pendulum. So raise the arms up. Turn towards your right leg and then we'll exhale as we swing down. Inhale as we swing up the other side. Like a pendulum, and then we'll go the other way. Exhale down. Coming up the right side. And then just come to center and take a deep breath in. And exhale forwards. And just relaxing here for a moment. You can shake your head, no, and nod yes. Releasing here. And this time we'll turn the fingers towards the back and then just walk the hands through the backs of your legs just until you notice the balance come off a bit. And then returning your hands back. We're going to come up again into chair pose. So just heel toe the feet in. And again, engaging core, engaging pelvic diaphragm, lifting up into chair. Just pause, just take one more breath. And then lifting up. Lovely. Okay, take a moment back down on the mat. Nice long sigh again. It's just lovely when you come back down. This is your place to just pause, rest, explore your body. Wag your tail if you need to. Rock the pelvis. Just find a nice neutral spine. So drawing knees in, right leg, then left leg. Have a gentle rock here. We're going to come up into happy baby. So turning the soles of your feet to face the ceiling as the knees bend and they come outwards of the body. And you can rock here gently if you wish, like a happy baby does. Get a little bit more sensation as you rock on the mid to sort of upper back. Lovely for hips and sacral energy, lower back. Okay, just draw the knees into chest and we can release there. Even a few moments there, you can really feel that lovely activation around the pelvis and the hips. We're going to roll up and come into lizard. I would suggest, if you're on hard floors, maybe just having a little blanket across your knees. for this pose because we do rest back into that knee. So with lizard, it's like a low lunge, like we've come into before, but the foot comes to the outside of the hands. So we'll take that right foot forward and it's to the outside of your right hand. The back leg is really lengthened and long. So sometimes I see people almost in sort of like tabletop, you know, the hip is over the knee, but just lunge forwards. You'll feel it more. Just make sure that your left knee feels comfortable and supported. This is lizard. We call this dragon in yin, and we hold this for longer. You can let your right leg tilt outwards if you wish, if that feels nice to open up through the hip. Just explore how that feels. This is a strong pose when held for any length of time. And if you are flexible enough, sometimes people are, you can come on down onto elbows. If you have that range of movement, sometimes resting elbows onto blocks can just bring the floor closer to you if you're almost there. So just explore this deep stretch for one breath more. Okay, let's come up. I'd like you just to lean back into your back leg here and stretch out your right leg into half split. And just feeling that lovely stretch that you get through the back of your leg. So just now rotate your right leg back into a sort of a kneeling position and we'll come into lizard to the other side. So bringing your left foot forwards. And again, it comes to the outside of both of your hands. Leaning into this pose. The back leg is long and stretched out. Just take a few breaths here. It takes a few moments to kind of get used to this feeling. It's not a pose we come into day to day, this deep stretch through the legs and pelvis. Again, if you want to just explore the idea of coming down, you might want to use some blocks, deepen the stretch. Notice if you're tight in your belly and your abdominal muscles. Breathing deeply. Take one more breath. And then just lean yourself back into half split. Flexing the foot, the left foot. And feeling that through your calf, your hamstring. Okay, and just leaning out, rotating your leg back. Come and sit back into hero pose. No, thunderbolt this is. Just kneeling back. This in itself is actually a meditative position that you can come into for meditation. It gives a lovely stretch to the knees and to the tops of our ankles. Not everybody can sit like this. There's a lot of people that haven't got the flexibility to. So kneeling up, we're just going to come into puppy. So bringing hips over the knees and just extending the forehead down, the arms in front of you. This is also known as melting heart pose. And just take a few minutes to get used to this posture. Often we'll be holding tension across the upper back and shoulders. And just see if you can gently relax and really let your chest melt to the floor. You might notice some tension that you're holding in your upper arms. And then let's just take one more breath, lifting up, lift the forehead first, and then drawing the hands back towards the body. It feels nice between the shoulder blades, that pose. Just roll the shoulders for a moment. Okay, so coming down, just have a moment lying back into Shavasana. After just a few sequences of poses, just a moment to notice your body. It's like a check-in. Give your tail a wag, rock the pelvis, and just Come back into a comfortable spinal alignment. Nice deep breath and a long sigh. And then bringing these in, just gently rocking. So rolling up to seated, let's come into wide-legged posture. So just check that you feel your sit bones connected to the mat. Just walk out the pads of the buttocks and we'll raise the arms up, inhale, and exhale forwards. Keeping a nice length to our spine here. Flexing into the feet, you're going to feel the stretch more. Try and notice if you're tense around the knees, just relaxing there. Deep breaths. And just gently walking the hands back to the body. We're going to draw in the left foot into the center. Again, just lift again through the spine, turning towards the right leg. Inhale, taking the arms up. And exhale, gently folding forwards. Let the hands just float down wherever they want to rest. Again, relax the thigh and the knee if you're finding tension there. And just feel whatever you feel, that deep stretch around the left side of your body, hip, lower back. Gently coming up. We're going to come into a rotation here. So facing forwards, just turn your right palm upwards and rest it on the inner part of it by your knee. And then we're going to raise the left arm. Inhale, and then come over into a sort of a side twist here. Don't worry if you don't come too far. This is all about just feeling that lovely stretch in the side of the waist, coming into a twist in the body. And don't hold your breath. Notice if you are. Still keep breathing deeply to belly. And gently coming up. Okay, we'll swap the legs over. So drawing the right foot in now. Lovely length to your spine. Turning towards the left foot, arms up as we breathe in. Exhaling forward. Keeping a flex in your left foot if you can. Relax knee and thigh. And just gently enjoying this stretch. Try and relax your right bent leg if you feel sort of tense in the thigh there as well. Breathing deeply. And breathing in, coming up. We'll come into this twist rotation now. So left palm faces up on the inside of the left knee. Turn the body, raise the right arm. Exhale as we come into this lovely posture this side. Gazing up to the ceiling. Sometimes you see people do this and they look so glamorous. They have their head all the way down to the knee. Not everybody can do that. It's just feeling what you feel in the pose. Lovely stretch into the right side, that's gallbladder. Take a breath and we'll come up. Lovely. Okay, just having come into those the little twist, just lie back for a moment. And you can feel this all round the core area of the body. Again, just rock through the spine if you need to. Interesting bringing your body into these different shapes and then what you feel afterwards. If we were to go straight on to the next thing, you may sometimes just notice the after effects of these poses. So draw the knees in. And just a counter pose, we're going to come onto the belly and just come into a few back bends gradually. So roll over to belly. Join me in crocodile. This is where the elbows are forward of the shoulders. And just resting hands onto each elbow. Your base rib, you can probably still feel connected to the mat. And a lovely little soft back bend here, even softer than Sphinx. Try to relax. And just breathe deeply and just feel the softening. And just lower down, make a pillow. Notice the difference even from that gentle crocodile pose. It's really nice to breathe deeply into your belly here and push the lower back out. Very nourishing for all your internal organs. Let's come up into Sphinx. And although we do move through these poses in our sequences, it's sometimes nice to come into them and actually really enjoy what they do for the body. Linger here for a moment and enjoy the sensation. Notice if you do slump between your shoulders and just try and really sort of create some structure here, lifting the ears away from your shoulders. Notice if your breath is very shallow or quick and rapid. And gently come down again. Just feel that lovely relief as you come into a pillow. Again, deep breaths against the mat. And gently come up now into cobra. So bring the hands a little bit lower than the shoulders. The arms are tucked in. Try not to let the elbows swing out to the side. The pubic bone still connects to the mat. And you feel engaged into the buttocks a lot more this time. This is very strength building for arms, wrists and shoulders. Try to still breathe and not hold the breath. And then gently lower, almost like you're coming down in a bit of a press up. Rest in your pillow. And then we're going to come up into up dog. So again, hands slightly lower than before. And we bring the whole body up and the arms become straight. The pelvis comes away from the mat. Gazing forwards. If this hurts anybody or it aggravates anything, please don't do it. Try to breathe evenly here. Notice if your breath is erratic. And then we'll gently lower. Roll yourself out. If you want to roll on your back this time, or just push back perhaps into child's pose for a moment, then come onto your back. Please do. We'll just explore how the body feels. Give your tail a wag, rocking the back. Lovely deep breaths. Notice where you feel the energy move in your body. Maybe it is in the arms, we've been using them. Perhaps it feels quite nice and relieving in your lower back compared with the forward folds that we did beforehand. Lovely way to counterpose. And so drawing these in, rocking. Let's come into bridge. Again, another lovely way just to even out anything that's still a little bit that you can feel in your back. So feet to buttocks, palms are down, and we'll just come up and down in a nice flow with the rhythm of our breath. So engaging belly, pelvic diaphragm. When you're ready, inhale, push up through the knees. Feeling the thighs engage, buttocks engage. Exhale, rolling down. Start to sort of curl that tailbone. Bring the upper back, middle back, lower back down, rolling out the tailbone last. Feeling the relax in the thighs and buttocks. And then pushing up again. Inhale up. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. As you come up, just enjoy that lovely squeeze into the buttocks, the real activation on the tops of the thighs and around the knees. Gently coming down and feeling that moment of relaxation, pushing up and again through. It's like a little gentle massage for the back. I like to imagine waves coming up the shore and the back moving in that way. So just make this the last one. Still feeling engaged in the buttocks, lovely tight activation there, and rolling the back down last of all. Just stretch your legs out and just feel where the energy has now moved, and it's all vibrant now, perhaps in the pelvis and the upper legs. Enjoying some deep breaths. And then drawing these in. We're going to raise the legs in a nice waterfall, legs up the wall pose, then we'll come up for some breathing and then relaxation. So if you've got a pillow or a little blanket, I always quite like to wedge this under the buttocks. So coming back onto your back, just roll up a little, pop it under the buttocks. It just feels more supportive. Here it allows the legs to tilt a little towards you if that feels nice. And then relax here for a moment. You don't have to have your legs straight. You can have a nice gentle, comfortable bend in the knee. Deep breaths. If your eyes close gently, then you can just draw your awareness to your third eye, Ajna. Perhaps you'll see purple. If you're a little tuned into the fifth dimensional energies, the colour associated here, and the crown is crystal. This allows to breathe a bit deeply to the belly. Feel that lovely openness in the chest as you breathe. I would say if you ever have time, if you do this at home, to always be in this pose for at least 3 minutes, minimum of 3 minutes, is what they say can give the benefits of all the fluid sort of draining back, a rest for the heart. And if you're at home and you can actually put your legs against the wall, perhaps even with a blanket hanging over the feet, like a waterfall, it's really quite a beneficial pose, especially if you've had a long day out walking or you've been on your feet all day. This is very welcome. So just gently now bend at the knees, drop the feet down, just pull the cushion away gently, just find Shavasana just for a moment. Again, just the opportunity just to feel out of your pose in neutral spine. And then when you're ready, bring knees in. We're going to just do a few minutes of breath and then you can relax. As you come to seated, if you want to get your blankets ready for later on and just pop a blanket over your shoulders, you can do. So there are many, many breaths, breathing pranayama practices in yoga. We'll start with triangle breath, and then if you want to evolve it into square breath, please do. If you just find that there is that external retention of breath coming in, then just add that into your practice. But we'll start with triangle breath, just for a few minutes. So we breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Just let your hands rest. So inhale for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. And again, inhale, hold, exhale. Carrying on. Try and relax your whole body. Now, if you find you want to progress to the square breath, just hold the exhale out for 4. So just make one more round of the breath you've chosen. And then just relaxing back on your mats, just for a little moment of relaxation, should you wish. Just 10 minutes, but 10 minutes can be enough just to recharge you for the day. Allow yourself to get warm and cozy. I'm going to take a card today, just to see what we're given. With a full moon yesterday and some disruption, often around this time, I wonder what little message we might have. Teresa, this one. And I think this will resonate with many of us. Time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Dear one, you have been working very hard. You're very tired now, yet you keep pushing yourself to work more. I'm here to finally and lovingly take your hand and tell you to stop. Cease working for a moment and take a respite. You have certainly earned it, and you will be more effective and proactive and productive after taking this rest. You give so much to others that at times like this you become unbalanced. Your inner child yearns for nurturing, and no one is going to give this to you. You must allow yourself to care for yourself. So give yourself permission to take a much needed time out. Take a nap. Go play for a while. Please don't delay this guidance. We assure you that your responsibilities will be met, and you will gather new energy and ideas during your time out. We will also bring you additional earthly help and assist you in delegating work. So there you have it. You've been told to take a time out, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's a couple of hours. Mentally see it as I'm taking time out. It has a different rewarding feeling when you choose and you give yourself that rest, that permission, that loving kindness towards yourself. And we can all think of things that we would like to do in our own time. Just have a few moments thinking about it. So gently now, just bringing yourself back. Take a nice deep breath, maybe a long sigh. And then begin to just move fingers and toes. Maybe roll the head from side to side. And enjoying a nice long stretch through the body. Bringing knees into chest. Have a rock and a roll on the back. And then in your own time, just rolling up to seated, have a moment to ground down, and then we'll chant our Oms. So just resting hands to Chin Mudra. Take a lovely deep breath in. Bringing hands together, rub your palms, feel the heat start to generate in the palms of your hands. And then warm the palms over the eyes. Blinking, letting the light through. And then drawing hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.